The hands won't stop shaking, and that's probably fine, because everything else stopped working weeks ago. Day 300 and something? Or 400. Hell, maybe it's been a year. Time does this funny thing in a cage. It stops being numbers and starts being sounds. The guard's boots. The dinner bell that sounds like death's doorbell. The coughing from the bunk below that means someone's lungs are filing for early retirement. The hands won't stop shaking. They haven't stopped since the interrogation last week. Or was it yesterday? See, there's that time thing again, playing tricks like a bastard magician who only knows one trick, making days disappear. Stay calm. That's what the manual said, right? Keep your wits about you. Provide name, rank, serial number. Very civilized, very orderly, as if war gives a damn about manners. As if the man with the pliers cares about protocol. He certainly didn't when he asked about troop movements, and the hands decided to audition for a percussion section right there on the table. The body's a traitor. That's the truth of it. The mind says stand tall, but the knees interpret that as a suggestion, not a command. The stomach treats food like an unwelcome guest at a party. And the bladder. Christ, the bladder has the timing of a comedian who only knows how to bomb. Panic's supposed to be this big dramatic thing. Training made it sound like something you could control, like fear with an off switch. But real panic? Real panic is quiet. It's the voice in the back of the head doing calculations. How many ways can this go wrong? Answer, all of them, simultaneously, with great enthusiasm. But here's the joke, and there's always a joke, even in hell's waiting room. Being terrified takes energy. And after 300 or 400 or infinity days, the energy budget runs dry. So it becomes this middle ground, not calm exactly, more like exhausted acceptance with trembling hands. The body wants to panic, the mind's too tired to care. They compromise by shaking and staring at the wall. The walls have stories if you look long enough. Water stains that look like countries nobody wants to visit. Scratches from previous guests who thought leaving a mark meant something. Spoiler, it doesn't. But what else is there to do? Count lice? Already did that. Current tally? Too damn many. Decision-making becomes an Olympic sport in here. Should I eat this soup that tastes like liquid regret? Should I trust the guard who smiles? Should I scratch that itch, or is conserving movement more important? Every choice feels monumental when the body's running on fumes and spite. The fumes ran out last month. Now it's just spite and a vague memory of what food used to taste like. Physical exhaustion is a special kind of prison within a prison. The actual bars, those just keep the body contained. But exhaustion, that's the warden, the judge, and the executioner all rolled into one. It makes thinking feel like wading through concrete. Makes standing feel like climbing Everest. Makes staying awake feel like a part-time job with terrible benefits. Sleep should be an escape, but even that's complicated, because sleep means dreams. And dreams mean remembering there's a world outside these walls where people do insane things like choose what to eat and walk more than 12 paces without hitting a barrier. Waking up from that is its own special torture. Morning's just depression with better lighting.
Then today happens. Today, the routine breaks. And a broken routine in prison is like a fire alarm in a library. Nothing good follows. The guards come earlier than usual. Different guards. Their boots sound wrong, their voices sound wrong. Everything's wrong in a way that makes the hands shake harder, which seems physically impossible, but here we are, breaking personal records. They're pulling people out, not the usual suspects for interrogation, random selections, like some kind of demented lottery where everyone's a loser. The man two bunks cover, the one who used to be a teacher and talks about his students like they're waiting for him to come back. They're not, buddy. They've graduated and moved on. But let him have his hope. Gets yanked out first. He doesn't come back. 3 more follow. The quiet one who hasn't spoken in weeks. The kid who lied about his age to enlist and is currently experiencing the universe's harshest "I told you so." The older guy who keeps a photograph hidden somewhere the guards haven't found yet, which is either incredibly lucky or incredibly pointless, depending on your philosophical outlook. None of them come back. The mind does that thing where it tries to prepare for every scenario, while also shutting down completely. Schrodinger's panic attack, both happening and not happening until someone opens the box, or in this case, the cell door. When they reach the cell, the body decides this is a great time to stop cooperating entirely. Legs turn to theoretical concepts rather than functional limbs. The stomach auditions for an exit strategy, and the hands are conducting an invisible orchestra playing nothing but anxiety in D minor. But here's the thing about exhaustion. Sometimes it looks like bravery. Can't run when the legs don't work. Can't fight back when the arms feel like they're borrowing strength from a dead battery. So it comes across as calm acceptance, this physical shutdown. The guards probably think there's dignity in it. There isn't. There's just a body that's given up and a mind that's narrating its own funeral. They march through corridors that all look identical. Every prison must share the same interior decorator, someone with a passion for concrete and a deep misunderstanding of what humans need to stay sane. The boots echo. The breathing echoes. Everything echoes because even sound is trying to escape this place. Outside. Actual outside. The sun hits like a personal attack. When did light get so aggressive? The eyes stage a protest, but nobody's listening, probably too busy trying to figure out if this is execution day or something else. There's a truck. There are other prisoners. There are guards from both sides, which is new and deeply confusing. And there, across what looks like a makeshift neutral zone, are soldiers. Different uniforms. Our uniforms. Oh, this is an exchange. The mind takes a moment to process this information, like a broken telegraph trying to decode a message in a language that doesn't exist. An exchange, a swap, going home. The concept is so foreign, it might as well be a fairy tale. Someone's pushing forward. The legs remember how to stumble. Across the divide, people are moving in opposite directions, everyone too shocked or too tired to react with anything resembling emotion. It's the world's most depressing trade show. Halfway across, there's a moment, this crystallized second where everything's suspended. Not quite prisoner anymore, not quite free, just between, existing in the gap. The hands are still shaking. They're probably going to shake for a while, maybe forever. Maybe that's just what hands do now. But at least they'll shake on the other side of these goddamn bars. An officer says something. Words happen. There might be a medical tent involved. Someone hands over a canteen, and water has never tasted so much like victory and confusion mixed together. Free. The word doesn't feel real. Nothing feels real. The body's still waiting for the punchline, for the reveal that this is another level of hell designed specifically to break what's left of hope. But the truck moves, away from the camp, towards something that might eventually, possibly, with considerable effort and time, resemble a life. The hands are shaking, but they're shaking in a truck going home. That'll do.